Alright, hi there everyone. We are doing a quick look at the new Real Bots feature that has been released by RGT Cycling today. We're just going to be looking at how these new dynamic bots behave in a race. So I've set up a short course here. This is just 3 laps of the Winston-Salem crit course. And as you can see, here's the bots getting away. It's a little bit of an uphill climb to start, so we're going to see if any of these bots want to try and make an early break for it. You can see Katrina here, steady 4.5 watts per kilo, but look there on the left in the pack. So Hilbert there briefly up to 7.6 watts per kilo. So his numbers going red. You can see it there again. Those numbers flashing red on the left hand side. Hilbert there 7.4. So just keep an eye out for those. That's the bots changing their power output and coming forwards towards the front. Hilbert's actually quite easy to spot because he's in that lime green kit there as he comes forward to the second position on the road. And just using this climb, he's putting down a bit of power. We can see Bobby a little bit further back there in the Team GB kit. He's coming through now. He was just putting out some red numbers. So we are going uphill at this point, 5% gradient. So it's quite interesting to see how these bots are responding to each other in different attacks. We've got a few groups forming on the road here. Some gaps are opening up. We've got a front group here of about 7. Bobby there just trying to get back onto the back of that pack there in 7th place. And then we've got about a 20-metre gap back to a bit of a mixture, and then there's a larger peloton in behind. You can see there, Osborne was just red for a moment. They're keeping the power on this descent, not easing off. Oh, there we go. As I mentioned that, look, they all dropped down for a moment there to under 2 watts per kilo. Bobby having to push out of the corner to stay in contention there then. So at the moment it's this front group of 7. They've opened up a bit of a gap. Got to be wondering why we need real riders at all here when we can have an interactive bot race like this. We can just place bets on this. Don't need to worry about motor doping or e-doping or weight doping, anything like that with real riders. We'll just bet on the bots. So Hilbert there, 7th place, trying to get back on terms here. These 7 have opened up a 50-metre gap then over the rest of the field. Bobby coming round to the front as they take the corner, start this second lap. So we're currently following Katrina, and you can see in the top left-hand corner there, her power history, it's pretty level, but there's that drop there. That was on that corner not that long ago, where they eased off a little bit. And that gap is holding steady at around 50 metres at the moment then. We'll see if any of the bots behind try to close that gap up, or whether we'll see one of these bots at the front pack trying to put a move on. Once again, Hilbert there in the red numbers. I know Anton Renaud has done a little bit of testing with a couple of different scenarios, so go check out his stream as well. You can see that on the Discord channel. I thought it'd be interesting myself just to have a little look, just to experiment, see what we've got going on here with these bots. So we're coming up to around about the halfway point on this race, and that gap is holding steady between this front group of 7 riders. Just going to drop back down if we can to this chasing group, which is getting pretty strung out. You can see here that's certainly not a peloton at all. That's riders more like you'd see on a sportive, strung out on that hill up. And then as they come around the corner here, will we see an increase of pace or dropping of pace? As we head back to the front, I can see that they've just dropped off pace for a moment there, but they're back on again. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between these 7 bots at the end of the final lap. They have opened up that lead now up to 100 metres. You can see there that distance back to those riders behind, or bots behind. I can't really call them riders because they are completely AI at this point, artificial intelligence. As we see there, Bobby once again putting in some red numbers as we approach the bottom of this first little climb, as it sweeps around to the left hand as these bots see it. Bobby's setting the pace then up at 5.9. The other bots coming in behind. We can just see Louisa just getting dropped there at the back there. Little gap opening up. She's 5 metres back behind Weston. That little increase in pace there from Bobby putting them into difficulty. Weston and Sheila are also just falling back slightly at this point. In the group behind, you can see Osborne is opening up a gap. He's into the red numbers. He's closing that gap slightly because of the climb, but he's opening enough a gap back to 9th place Sigrid. This front group pretty much all back together at this point. If I change the angle around a little bit there, and we can see Osborne really trying to close that gap. He's up at 5 watts per kilo. That gap has come down to 65 meters, but that is because we are on the climb. As we hit this top corner, then we're going to start our descent down towards the finish. 700 meters to go, and it's Bobby on the front pushing the pace. He's roughly 0.5 watts per kilo, quicker than Hilbert. And as we come around that corner, we can see, look, that has really opened up. That group of 7 has fragmented. As we come inside the last 500 meters then. And it's between Katrina, Hilbert, Bobby and Sheila at this point. These 4 battling it out for the win. 250 to go as we come around this corner. It is downhill. It's going to be a fast finish. Are any of them really going to push through at this stage? And we can see Hilbert there, 11 watts per kilo. He launches inside the last 100 meters. Is anyone going to try and follow? No, they're not. So it's Hilbert takes the win from Bobby, and then Sheila and Katrina in their respective places behind. BA Weston and Louisa coming across, and there's Osborne. He was up at 7.5 there as he came across the line. He's opened up a nice gap from Merle and Sigrid and Modesta in 9th, 10th and 11th. So there we go, there's a brief little overview of the new bots feature on RGT. Do follow the link in this post. It takes you to the breakaway blog post, which gives you a lot more information about setting up the bots, because there's these real bots, and then there's pace bots if you want more of a tempo / time trial effort, and then there's different levels of intensity as well, and also the old method of being able to set the exact wattage and number of bots as well. So go check that out. Thanks for joining, and have fun with the new intelligent bots out on the RGT roads. All right, thanks a lot everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening.